เรากว่าดีมันก็ได้จะพูดดีกันขั้นเรียดันมันมาคนเดียวมันเทก็ลอยดันมันเทลอยได้เลยว่ะรู้คนอะไรเดียวเลยว่ะไอ้ยันวิ่งเราดีมันก็ได้จะพูดดีเราบางให้แต่ในมาคุยรวยบางให้อยู่คนเดียวคนก็สอดสุดดันเทลอยดันไม่ชาเบอร์ช่วงยันนั้นเชี่ยกับไม่ยันนั้นเชี่ยกันดันเนี่ยนั่งย่อยบุยกันในคีร์เทย่อยบุยขั้วว่าอเมริกายันนั้นยังไม่ทอดเดียดันไม่เบรที่เดคีร์เมื่อเมซี่ดีเด้ย่อยบุยขั้นดีเดมันได้จักกันนี่เมื่อเมย์ย่อยบุยลาท่านเองก็วอร์กยาลานั่งอันนั้นดีเท่าคนเดียวก็อเมริกาละ thank you กูจะคนวักชัวคิดมายาชัวบันมาคุยรวยได้เลยชัวซี่ดีเด้ชัวคำย่อยบุยเมื่อเช้าไว้ชุงแล้วกันดีเด้จักกันเถอะนะคนเวลานิ้วข้างถือเบรนนิ้วข้างถือลำเนี่ยมันนั่นก็เร่ที่เป็นโน่นน้ำมันก็โซ่เลยนั่นก็ชิมมันเนี่ยก็โน่นเชื่อตะโกนบ้าก็เย็นเวด้าเย็นคิดดูนะมั้งเราจักรยันดีมาก็ we all fraud of South Sudan แต่เราดำลงตัวสุดานบันมันน่าก็ข้ออะไรเดียวกว่าคนบันนั้นบุกวันดันกดกับควาคนอันนี้เป็นการเอาไปยาเราเบ้คำดักตัวใส่มัน
Thank you very much, my fellow countrymen and women. I know we are in a gloomy state. The country of South Sudan is in a gloomy state right now. We are aware that the country of South Sudan is in a turmoil. We are aware that all of us have been in high emotional state because of the things that are happening in our country, because of the crisis that are in now. First of all, let me congratulate my wife.
Thank you, Anna.
Elizabeth Cholamchol, for having a vision, seeing the things far away. If you see an artist have a special gift. God give them that talent. They say things 20 years, 50 years from now that will be happening later on. And then they fight against the crisis, the looming crisis that they have seen that will be coming. They predict. They are like prophet. God give them song for a reason. They predict the future, the crisis that might be happening. And then they try their level best, their very best, to remedy the crisis that is looming, to correct it. And that's why you heard her talking about these two songs. One of the songs was predicting the crisis, but he was directly talking to God. God send us the peacemaker, people that will only bring peace to South Sudan, not the people that will be coming to divide the state of South Sudan along this scenic line. He said it, we heard it loud enough. He composed the song in 2012. Wow. That time we all were in euphoria. We were so euphoric. We just got our independence in 2011. We all unanimously voted for succession of the Republic of South Sudan. And he composed this song in 2012. We were only 1 year old at the state. Because God sent her a message that there is a looming crisis. The looming crisis that we are in now. And he fight with it as individual. Telling God, no, this could not happen. Send out only peacemaker. Don't send out a troublemaker like Uncle Museveni. Uncle Museveni is not helping South Sudan, he's dividing it. He's destroying it. And I think his hidden agenda is to annex South Sudan because it is there in the history. During the colonization of Africa, when Sudan was colonized, the whole East Africa, when it was colonized by Great Britain was having a dilemma by the time, whether to annex South Sudan to Kenya or to Uganda or to Sudan. Uncle Museveni is still having these ideas that if he destroys South Sudan, because South Sudan now is a food basket for East Africa, we produce a lot of wealth. So maybe Uncle Museveni is reviving the idea of Great Britain, the colonizer. Maybe that idea now, during that time, oil was not discovered yet. So maybe Uncle Museveni now is thinking that old man is very intelligent. I have nothing against him. But his strategies, this is something that we need to be aware of. This guy will swallow all of us. He knows now the Republic of South Sudan is very rich. Maybe he wants to annex South Sudan. And South Sudan become Uganda one day. He did this twice. He did it in 2013, and he did it now. Uncle Museveni is not helping us. And Elizabeth were thinking this song in 2012, talking to God directly, telling God, you know, bring us only peacemaker. Not a troubler uncle like Uncle Museveni, that is sending his army, burning innocent civilians and calling them a terrorist. Why would you be a terrorist in your home? Okay? The citizen of Longashuk, the citizen of Nasser, the citizen of Akopa, who are now under the bombardment as well, are not terrorists.
And Pangak too.
And Pangak as well. These are indigenous. That's the correct term. Instead of calling them civilian, they are indigenous. They are indigenous of the land. Therefore, they are not terrorists. Okay? When we talk about the National Army, if indeed they are National Army, they are not terrorists either. Late General Major Dak is not a terrorist. If he is doing the right thing, if he is a National Army, he's not a terrorist. He's a commander, is somebody tasked with the National Army to protect South Sudan territorial integrity. So he's not a terrorist. Those who were using the term terrorist beat the definition of the terrorist, what it meant. I read a piece this morning that is coming from the son of Museveni, the commander-in-chief of UPS. I mean, how do you call them? Uganda Armed Force. I forget them because I think and I am becoming to dislike them. Yep. Okay, that's why I forget their name. I read a piece this morning. I don't know if it is a fake news or it is true. Confirming the president of Uganda too and calling the New Resistance group as terrorists. You are the terrorists because you came to our land. Yep. Go and define what the word terrorist means. You cannot call indigenous people terrorists in thy own country. You and your father, Museveni, are terrorists. You are not peacemaker, like the song that is just sung by my wife in 2012. Remember, we are in 2025. She composed this song in 2012 when we were only 1 year old. She said, we need only peacemaker. We need only peacemaker in our country that will not divide us along the ethnic line. Yes, we might argue. Yes, we might fight. It is there. It is brotherly culture. It is sisterly culture. But at the end of the day, we will make peace. If we don't, our uncle will come and make peace. This will come from Kenya, like Uncle Ruto. This will come from Ethiopia, like Dr. Abiy. This will come from Sudan. This will come from Chad. This will come from, like, Uganda, if they are not divisive people, like your father, the son of Museveni. Okay? You are not helping our country. We want you to leave. Leave our country. You're not a peacemaker. We need a peacemaker. We need a peacemaker that will call for, a people, a co-leading existence, where the 34 tribe of South Sudan peacefully coexist. That's the peacemaker that we want. We don't want anybody that come and take side. Take the side of Nuer, take the side of Dinka, take the side of Chiluk, take the side of Anyuag, take the side of Morale, and so forth and so forth. We don't need that peacemaker. We need a peacemaker that unites the country. You may have heard the song that was just sung by my beautiful wife, Elizabeth Chol, about the happy birthday of South Sudan. Yes, we are all proud of South Sudan, even we the people that live in the diaspora. You cannot live a good life if you don't have home. There is nothing like home. We always dream of our home. Here in the Western world without South Sudan, our identity is in crisis. We will not be who we are. We are so proud because we know we have a home back down there in Africa. Okay? So that's why she composed that song. We are all so proud. Today we will try to make a presentation regarding the crisis that is going on. And we will say some word to our leaders. We will talk to our leaders directly. And we will give advice to the population of South Sudan. Yes, we are in crisis. When people are in crisis, their brain operates in emotional mode. That means there is no rationale. There is no reasoning. We are all now, I read yesterday from people like us from the Republic of South Sudan that went tribal. Simply because their brain now is operating in emotional state. That's what happened when there is a crisis. People begin to forget how they behave rationally, how they behave proportionally. Yep. Me and my wife this morning are calling upon you, the nation. That is not too late. It's not too late to come back and make the right thing. Okay? So, the loss of Major General Majordak is not okay, but it's not the first time to lose a general. If we revisit our history, when SPLA started in 1983 in our liberation struggle, immediately in Bilfam, Yusuf Kirtang, Uncle Yusuf Kirtang, was immediately assassinated. He did not die in the end of the enemy. He died in the end of Southerners, yet brothers and sisters. Yet we continue to liberate our country. So the death of Comrade Major, Uncle Major, is not better than the death of Yusuf Kirtang. The death of Uncle Commander Major is not better than the death of Princess Ngor, who was killed in the Battle of Manjangdit when they were fighting civilians. By that time, civilians did not know what it means to liberate the country. They thought their territory was being invaded, a small section from Yukang, called Yajani, on the side of Soba River, which is a territory of Ethiopia. By then, we're not convinced by the rationale that we are liberating the country of South Sudan. They turned it against the SPLA soldier, and they fought with Commander Princess Ngor, and Princess Ngor was killed, along with people that I know who were in high school in Nasser during that time. But they were convinced by my dad. My dad was a member of 104 in military barrack in Nasser. He convinced them that it's time for us to go and liberate our country. These people put their pen and pencil down. They were in high school in Nasser, and they went to the bush. They were trained. Some of them became Mia Arba, Mia Kamsa. Some of them became Jamus, led by my uncle, Karbina Kwanyanabol. I salute you, comrade. Some of them later on were trained and became Tiger and Temsa, led by the current president, Salva Kiir Mayardit. I salute you for your contribution back in the day when you were still rational. But I don't know now whether it's still rational or not. The death of Princess Ngor was very painful. The death of Comrade Major is not better than that. Immediately in 1984, Uncle Comrade Guy Tudyang also was assassinated, was killed in a battle. Yes, this is also painful of the death of Comrade Major.
Yep.
Yet the liberation struggle continue. As we continue along, Comrade William Nyonbang, General William Nyonbang, who contributed immensely in the liberation struggle of our nation, was also killed. Yet we continue. My uncle, Comrade Karbina Kwanyanabol, was also killed. We also continue. Comrade Joseph Woodrow was also killed. The liberation struggle also continue. And so forth, including Abdallah Sholdang. And currently, we noted that also Comrade Tangenya, Igrit and Dongluat were also murders. We are just giving you only a few. Even the late Dr. John Garang deaths. Nobody convinced this day that he really died, that helicopter crash was accident, with mechanical failure. Was he assassinated? Is there any end in his death? That thing is not ruled out yet. So, comrade, we want to let you know that people have been dying all time long. Important people. We have been losing important people. Yet we move forward. Today, the death of Uncle Major. Uncle Major is a soldier. He can die in the end of his people, like the rest of the people that we just mentioned. Majority of them die in their own end, the end of their brother and sister. If Comrade Major, Uncle Major also die today in the end of his people, there is no ground for the Republic of South Sudan to burn the indigenous people, women, men and elderly alive with chemical agent, with cluster bomb. I think, Mr. President, you cross the line. In this presentation, we are going to bring you a little bit of a game theory, a theory that we see in the context of a military, when military are fighting a war. We will try to come up to bring to you the the differences between the battle and the war. In a military context, there is a saying that one might win a war, but one might win a battle, but lose the war. We will try to apply this theory to the war that you are now fighting. With this family, we thought that you're fighting a wrong war. It's not a good war. And we get convinced that, yes, you might win the battle, as evidenced by you now burning Akoba, burning Longishuk, burning Nasser, burning them down. We predict that you are now winning a battle. This is a battle, but you will lose the war. And that will go down in the history of the Republic of South Sudan, that one upon a time there was a war, but the president was able to only win the battle, but lose the war. You will lose this war, Mr. President. It's a wrong war for you to fight. Because if you cannot access the people of Akopa, if you cannot access the people of Jikany, and many others, who is losing? I am not a president. Nobody president in those areas. The president of the Republic of South Sudan is Salva Kiir Mayardit. Any section of this society that you lose, that you don't have a good relationship with, it is you losing. So you losing the war, uncle. You're not winning it. You only win the battle by burning your own innocent children. The orphans, the people that die for the war that you led when you were a commander against our brother in the north. Yeah? Their widows and widowers, their orphans, are the one now that being killed by Uganda that you hire. You are able to hire Uganda with $1 billion to kill your people when you are not able even to pay your own soldier, let alone the civilian. This is a contract that we are trying to give you. Yet you will depopulate all this area, because by bombing them, they will leave their home. Their houses is being burned down. They will not farm. You know, we are farmers, we the people of South Sudan. If we don't farm, what happens? Your farm will go back to the bush. The next year, you have nothing to plant. You have no home. You have no farm. Where will you go? You go to the refugee camp. You depopulate your country. Who is going to win and who is going to lose? It is you losing, because you lose your people. I don't think you will bring Uganda citizens to repopulate those areas, the greater Akopa, the greater Jikany, the greater Pangak, you name it. You will not succeed in bringing Uganda to repopulate these places that now you are depopulating by using cluster bomb. Who is winning the war, Mr. President? It is you losing the war. And guess what? These people that you are sending away will come back. These people will come back later on. I will not talk about it, because we talked about hypothetical scenario last time. What would happen? I know you're very smart. We want to bring a little folklore in Nuer and in Denka, because I heard my mom telling me this story when I was a child, and my mom is a Dinka, right? It is also there in Nuer, and I believe it is also there in other ethnic group folklore. It was a jackal. One upon a time, a jackal, we know jackal is a small animal. At one time, he decided to maybe kill a goat from the owner and eat it. After he done eating it, he took the pet and is married on the mouse of hyena. So it would seem like it is hyena that is steal the goat from the owner and eat it. By the time that the owner get up, they found out that one of their goat was missing. When they began to look around, they saw hyena, and they saw the pet on his mouth. And then they got convinced. They came to conclusion that it must be hyena that is stole the cat and eat it, because there is evidence. There is a pet on its mouth. And then the hyena pay heavy prices. So we bring this folklore because of the situation that we are in now. You know, in the event of 2013, we, this family, were on your side. We stood on your side. We will not reinvent the wheel, because some of the things we already discussed them in our previous live video. We were on your side in 2013. And the reason that I bring this folklore in Nuer, it is also there in Dinka and other ethnic group. There is no scientific evidence, no empirical evidence whether it's true or not. But it makes sense. If you look at it, it makes sense. I bring this because, you know, Dr. Rick fought with Dr. Graham. Dr. Rick and Dr. Lamakau, during the liberation struggle, have been poking the eye of Dr. Graham. But Dr. Graham was a very smart man. Yeah. When they poke his eye, Dr. Graham keeps stepping back. He will push them back, and Dr. Graham will step back. Because he knew by confronting these two, there will be no liberation struggle. And the goal of liberating the Republic of South Sudan would have not been realized. Dr. Graham was aware of that. Okay? There is a saying in Nuer that Iran la yaji ka gwat ko kui gadamor madar. Okay? And I think it's there also in Dinka. This means that loosely English, people take advantage of you when you are a poor brother. On the behalf of your poor brother, the enemy will take advantage of you. Okay? So I identify these two uncles as poor because they were seeing only their gain. They were not talking about... Give me water.
Okay.
Oh, water right here.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Rick and Dr. Lam were not seeing beyond their nose. They want only their gain, self-gain. That's all they want.
Yep.
But Dr. Graham was very smart. He knew it. He knew the evil plan. He knows very well these people do not see. Okay? Do not see beyond their nose. They just want their lion's share, and they need it now. They need what we call instant gratification. If I can use psychology word, although psychology is not familiar in Africa because we don't have a discipline, academic discipline in psychology in Africa. So I will minimize my terminology to common language. Instant gratification in psychology means somebody that wants something now. They don't need it later on. They don't need it tomorrow. They don't need it next day. They need it just now. We see this behavior from children. If your child demands something, they want it now. Yes, we have big people, mature people like us that behave like that as well. So Dr. Rick is one of them. When you need something, you need it. You need it just now, at all costs. Okay?
Yep.
So that was the reason why during the liberation struggle, we went through difficult time because of him. But he was dealing with a very smart man, Dr. John Garang. So the goal of liberating the Republic of South Sudan was not aborted because of a brother that is being pulled. Okay? But now, by the time of Kir Mayardit, you're not a smart uncle.
Yep. You're not. And your all followers were not.
You're not smart. You're not a smart man. Riek Machar is not a president. It's you being a president.
Yep.
South Sudan, if South Sudan goes down today, the history will be on you, not on Riek Machar. You could have done the tactics that Dr. John Garang used. And you are even in a better position because Dr. Garang last time was a rebel with his bad end. He has nothing. He depends on friend, ask friend for uniform, ask friend for a boot, for a talga, for a gun. He has nothing. Yet he has hit immensely. This is why now you are president. Given the fact that you have billions of billions, you have resources, you have a country, you have a nation, you have been recognized worldwide. Why would you not use the resources that God has given us wisely to maintain and control the people that misbehave? Like Dr. Riek, if Dr. Riek is still misbehaving, why would you not contain him? Last time, I remember SPLM used to put people in a dungeon. They did because they don't have building to keep prisoners. And if they kill them, they will be accused for human rights violation, right? If they keep killing the prisoner, those who committed crime. What do they used to do? They dig the ground and make it a sijin, a prison. They call it dangon here in the Western world. So people used to be kept in a dangon during the liberation struggle because we don't have building. Now you are below ours. The notorious blue house.
Right.
You have many buildings out there. You have many prisons. If Dr. Garang were able to maintain and keep those committed crime in a dungeon so that they don't destroy our goal, what would be the reason for you not to maintain those misbehaving folk? Somebody like Dr. Riek and others. Why don't you arrest them and put them in prison?
Right.
You have a lot of resources. Your friend, your Muslim also have as many prisons in Uganda. You can send your prison there. You can pay them. Uncle, I think you're not smart. You're not winning. You thought you're winning, you're not winning. You bring Uganda to your nation to kill your people. Okay? You're not winning, you're losing. You're losing the war.
Yep.
Yes, you won the battle. You are winning the battle by killing the indigenous people and calling them terrorists. Okay? You are winning that portion. But later on, when that war comes to the conclusion, you are actually losing the war. You are a military man, you know what I'm talking about. In a military context, you are losing the war. You are not winning it, even though you are winning the battle. Okay? So, a lot of Southerners die. There is no reason. It's not a good ground to kill indigenous people because they kill Uncle Gerald Majordak. That's not right. We mentioned a lot of generals here that got killed, including Dr. John Garang in his mysterious death. Yet we did not plug the nation into crisis, into chaos, because these people die. We did not. Me, myself, my father got killed, and he's not killed by the enemy. It's not the love that killed my father. My father died in the end of his brother and sister. But you know what? When I was growing up, I thought I was going to rebel. But later on, my brain was liberated by the Ethiopian. I'm also an Ethiopian product because I did my high school there. When my brain was liberated by the Ethiopian education, I came to conclusion that it is the same thing that killed my father. It is the liberation struggle that killed Dr. John Garang. It is the liberation struggle that killed William Nyo. It is the liberation struggle that killed Uncle Kerbina Kwanyanabol. It is the liberation struggle that killed Yusuf Kirtan. It is the liberation struggle that killed Princess Ngor, and so forth and so forth.
Tangin.
So even recently, the people that we love recently, through internal conflict. So I came to peace with my mind. Okay? Even today, I don't think about the death of my father in a bad way. The same thing with the children of Comrade Major Duck. He's a soldier. And he died as a soldier. There's no reason if the government of South Sudan disagree with indigenous people and they fought. They gave order to their general and they fought. And the commander got killed. I don't think this is a good ground for the Republic of South Sudan to take a rebellion. Either the helicopter, the gunship that are using chemical weapon against innocent people. I don't think this is right. I think, Uncle, you're losing the war. You might win the battle. Again, I want to say something about the incoming president, Dr. Bol Mail. Mr. President, we lectured this in our previous live video, that South Sudan now become a kingdom. Riek had been fighting to make it a kingdom. But Riek has no truth. You have teeth. You are now bringing your son-in-laws, Dr. Bol Mail, to be a president of the Republic of South Sudan. Nothing wrong with that if South Sudan become a kingdom. But the preparation that you are now doing are not in a conducive atmosphere for Bol Mail to operate. You're making your presidencies of air because you are creating so many enemies for Dr. Bol Mail. I know you are an old man now. All of us are getting old. Nothing wrong to be old. We salute you for your age, and we want you to live longer. Okay? Nobody will you death. But 10 years, 20 years from now, the Republic of South Sudan will have another president. It will not be President Kiir. Because your mental age, as well as your physical age, will give up. You will no longer be a president. I believe there will be another president. And the president now is clear, is Dr. Bol Mail, your son-in-law. Why are you not creating a good atmosphere for Dr. Bol Mail to be a good president for the people of South Sudan without enemy? If you really love your son-in-laws, why are you creating enemy for Bol Mail? Because this enemy you are creating will not fight you. As I said, your mental age as well as your physical age, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, will not allow you to be in the role where you're at now. You will no be longer a president. You might be alive, but it will not be enough for you to administer the country to preside over the country as the president. Okay? So, it will be Bolmel or somebody else, but I think it's Bolmel. You are now creating many enemies from the north, from the south, from the west, from the east, and from the center. The presidencies of Bolmel will be as hell, as you know. Our question to you is, why are you creating enemy to Dr. Bolmel? And why are you finally destroying a country that you fought for? I know you used to be a good guy when you came to Omar Good Life here some years ago. And you talked to us, we the audience. I remember you asking Comrade Pagana Mum, you let everybody talk among your delegation. You have a good heart. Everybody among your delegation, you allow them to talk. And you came the very last to talk to us. Here in Golai. I watch your body language.
Peter is a nice guy. Yeah.
You know, I come from psychology background. I read people very quick. So what you did convinced me that you are a leader. When everybody talks among your audience, it was your opportunity. Yeah. You were given a chance to come and talk. When you stood up, you had your cowboy hat. That cowboy hat was given to you by us, by American, for a reason. It was a support that was given to us by American because of the advocacies that we did here in the West. You were given that hat, telling our brother in the North that now people in the South had a support. The American is behind them. That was the reason why you were given that cowboy hat. When it was time for you to talk to us, you leaned over Paganamum. I did not hear what you were telling him, but I read the message through body language. I noted that you were asking Paganamum whether to talk to us with your head on or take it off. So, Comrade Paganamum said to you, take it off. You go and talk to these people without your head on. Then you took the head off. I did not hear it, but I read the body language. And then you spoke with us.
It's been nice.
We are wondering why you are now assassinating your own character, Mr. President. You used to be nice, you used to be a good guy, and you're patient.
Yeah.
And if you have a patient, there's no reason that you could not be a leader. Again, in our last video, we said that you served late Dr. John for 20 years. Dr. Wanega served Dr. John for 20 years. So if you cannot serve a leader, if you cannot accept to serve under somebody, you cannot be a leader. So we have seen it from Uncle Dr. Rick and Uncle Dr. Lamako. You cannot lead these two folk. They don't want to be led. They want to lead people. That's their character. That's why they kept fighting with Dr. John last time. Even Uncle Carbina, is not loyal too. Yeah. These three folk don't want to be led. Even Uncle Tonerop is one of them too. You don't want to be led. And if you don't want to be led, you cannot be a leader. Yeah. You are a good servant. Uncle, this is the credit we give you. But what you did now is horrible. Bombing your own people with chemical weapon. We thought that you did a very horrible decision, but it's not too late. Our message to you now is stop those bombardments. Stop those bombardments in those areas whether these people are your enemy or not, don't bomb them. That's the message we are sending to you. We have a message with to Uncle
Uncle Makwe.
Uncle Makwe. We have a message to Uncle Makwe Lutz. Uncle Makwe Lutz, you know, the world we live in today is like a one big global village where you can travel during the days and around all of it before you come back to your resting place. Because the technology make it available. Even now, if you live, you might be watching us where you at. The world now is one. We are in a one platform. Okay? Everything that you do in Juba, we see it. We hear it. And you know the lifeline of South Sudan is in your end because you are the information minister. You are the Minister of Information in the Republic of South Sudan. You know word hurt. Words are very hurtful. Okay? Word can hurt and can last for life. If you are tortured mentally and you are tortured physically, your body might recover. But if you are tortured mentally, you might not recover. So words are very hurtful. Words can cause trauma. The platform that you heard is a platform for the state of South Sudan. If it is time for you to send a message, you need to make sure that you use good word. Word that can convince the nation. A language that can foster a unity. A language that can unite the 64 tribes. Not a word that divides them. You are using that platform as a divisive mechanism. Comrade Makwelot. We watched you in 2013, in the event of 2013. That's when you came to radar. That's when everybody began to know you. You have done this in 2013. It was not okay. We heard that you are a lawyer by proportion. No lawyers can talk like that. Okay? You have done this again in 2016. Your language is very provocative, very divisive, very intimidating, very dangerous. It divides the country along this line, and this country is going down to the hell. Kabakon, comrade. Kabakon from that language. It's very derogatory.
Let him continue. It's too late.
It hurt. It divides us. You tell him the Shuluk to be Shuluk. You tell him the Nuer to be Nuer. You tell him the Dinka to be Dinka. You tell him the tribe in Equatoria to go to their tribal cocoon. You are not helping Uncle Makwe. Start that comrade from that language. That is our advice to you. You're supposed to use that platform to unify the nation. Okay? That platform is not being used in a professional manner. It's not being used in a manner that a unity of the nation is supported or can be supported. You use that platform to divide this country and tear it into pieces. So you're not helping Uncle Makwe. Your language is not helping. And this advice goes to you directly. it is not too late also. Okay? I will stop there. I will say a little bit about what our artists tell us, like my wife. I think it is good for us to also pay attention and not just dance that because the artist has a good music. You need to pay attention to what they are saying in their song. These are very few people, statistically speaking. If you look at the population, how many artists are there? In terms of number, how many artists? I'm talking about the real artists, like the top 10 in the Republic of South Sudan. Because we are so many, let's say, among the top 20 or top 50. How many are they? They very few in number. They are very few in number. This is because these people have a special gift. God has given them a special gift. They have a vision. They can see beyond their nose what might be happening, what might be transpiring 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. Like the two songs that were sung early by Elizabeth, those songs were composed long time ago, before we are in this mess, before this mess took place. God enlightened her, hey, there is a looming crisis coming 20 years from now, 30 years from now. Compose a song about it, and she did. That's another way that God communicates with his people. If you can digest, Comrade Kir, this song and try to analyze the meaning, if you don't have good advisor in J1, this song from our artists, somebody like Nyankol, late Nyankol, somebody like late Gadet Cholit, so many others, so many other artists. Yeah. If you don't have good advisor in J1, this artist can advise you.
He have none in J1.
This artist can advise you. They compose very good songs, especially Nyankol also.
And can I go and Kong?
And God and Kong.
Yeah.
Yep. There's also a good song by Nyajok, where he said, Jay Monichar. Jay Monichar is like the judge of Israel. These are very powerful songs. Okay? So Jay Monichar today is turning against his own people. That's not okay. I will conclude with the folklore. The folklore that I said earlier, that a jackal stole a goat from the owner and eat it. After done with eating it, he took a peck and he smeared the mouth of hyena while hyena was sleeping. And when the owner got up, he began to look for his goat, the missing goat. And they realized that it is hyena that has a pet on its mouth. So it was a good evidence that the owner got convinced that the hyena eat the goat and not the jackal. And now hyena had to pay price for that, right? So I want to apply this analogy to you and your brother, Dr. Eric.
Hey.
This is what I'm closing with, and I will give the mic back to Elizabeth. She will sing maybe one song or two songs, and then we will close and call it a day. You know, Dr. Riek wanted to be a president. he is creating any contact. He is creating a lot of problem for you. That way, you're not on his way. You get a side, then you become a president. Yep. It's like this analogy that I'm saying. But you fail to defend yourself. You fail to defend yourself. It is not you that eating the goat. It is a jackal that ate the goat. Mm-hmm. But it's near your mouth with the pets. And now you're fighting your own civilian, fighting the war of Rengmachar. Have you accepted something that is not coming from you?
My daughter father-in-law is something else.
Fighting this war. This is one thing I want to say something about the leadership hierarchy, especially the presidencies, because there are a majority of us that are saying the Dinka had been in leadership, later Dr. John had been in leadership, is a Dinka, President Salva Kiir had been in leadership, is a Dinka, there had been a Nuer that had been in leadership.
His son-in-law, Bull Mill.
And now your son-in-law, Bull Mill, is coming to leadership. Mm-hmm. Is a Dinka. Yeah. So the rest of you are losing patience.
Yep.
Because you thought the presidencies can be rotated, can go from tribe to tribe. I think that's the mentality that we have.
I have that mentality.
Right? We think that if Dinka became a leader, and then the next leadership should go to Nuer. Mm-hmm. It's basically Nuer. While we have 64 tribes, in our last video, we brought a scenario where we say all the 64 tribe women are mother and they have equal chance to give birth with a leader in South Sudan. Why Nuer? Why always Nuer?
Because of Uncle Makwe.
Why Dinka? Why always a leader in South Sudan?
Okay, go ahead, sorry. Chapel.
Why always Dinka is a leader and why always Nuer is the leader? Why are we not mentioning the rest of the tribe? Actually, I'm telling you, I have a prediction. As I got advice from one of my American friends, a colleague from work, that South Sudan will be better off when its leader come from minority tribe. I have that belief. Actually, when we get a leader from Shola, from Anuak, from Aisholi, from Murale, from Pujolo, from the rest of the smallest tribe, actually South Sudan will be better off. These two tribes will not take us anywhere. If we have a leader coming from their community, this crisis will continue. If the leader is coming from Dinka community, these two tribes also will still bring us, putting us in crisis. Mark my word on here. The point that I was trying to make is about the leadership hierarchy. You know, they have political party in Juba now, in our country. They have SPLM, they have SPLM-IO, they have SWA, they have so many others. In politics, if a president comes from a political party, one political party, but something happened to that president, the president always comes from his party. Like here in America, we have two major political parties, the Democrat and the Republican. Now it is a Republican in a lead. the current president, Trump, is a Republican. Hypothetically speaking, let's say something happened to Trump. If he gets sick or something happened, we know we cannot control the world. The one that will succeed him to be a president will not come from Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
It will be from Republican filling the gap. But in their constitution, they said if something happened from president and vice president at the same time, the House Speaker can be a president.
Mm-hmm.
It is there in the document, in their constitution. We know South Sudan has no constitution though. So that this concept does not apply. The concept of House Speaker does not apply in the context of South Sudan. For those of us that are thinking that if sulfur is stepped aside or something happened to sulfur, it would be Riek coming to fill the gap.
Nope.
That's not true.
Nope.
That's not true. Riek is confusing us, is confusing you.
All in one.
Okay?
You confuse all in one.
If something happened today from Salva Kiir Mayardit, the president of the Republic of South Sudan, it would not be Riek from SPLM-IO filling the gap. It would not be any other political party from the Republic of South Sudan coming to fill the gap.
Mm-hmm.
It would be one from the SPLM.
IG.
SPLM-IG.
Mm-hmm.
It would be the one that filling the gap until an election is held later on. And then the people of South Sudan would determine who they want to be president. The one that wins the majority vote would be a president. That person would be from SPLM-IG, would be from SPLM-IO, would be from the SWA, would be from what and what and what, because there are so many parts out there that we do not even know.
Right.
That's when something like that will happen. But for now, believing that if someone is stepped aside or die from the presidencies or get sick where he cannot discharge his duty, it will not be
Dr. Riek.
Dr. Riek. I want you to get this right. It's another confusion. I heard from media, a lot of us are talking like if something happened from sulfur, Riek
Maybe I will replace
will
him.
take the place.
No.
Suppose something happened from sulfur tomorrow, and SPLM sat down and bring somebody to succeed sulfur. We know there will be another crisis because a lot of us will be like, no, it is Dr. Riek by default. No, not true. Okay? So I want to just put that point across because we don't need another crisis tomorrow. I will stop here and I will welcome back my beautiful wife, Elise Sholamshol. Give her the song of our church. She will choose. I'm the one that choose all these songs that she sang last week and today. But the last song that we're going to close with will be Elise choosing it. She will choose the song that she like to sing. And also she will say some word, and then we will call it a day. It's not too late for you, Mr. President, to do the right thing. We call upon the nation to also step back from our emotional mind and try to see things in a wise mind. Let's combine our emotion and a reasonable mind to form a wise mind so that we make a good decision, a decision that is in the best interest of our nation, a decision that is in the best interest of for all of us, not a decision that favor only one party. Thank you very much for your time, viewer, watching us this morning and sharing this, our perspective with you. And again, our perspective are only for us. We will take accountability for whatever we say here. We don't represent any entity It is on the house with this family. Thank you very much.